You mentioned Hal Elrod, the Miracle Morning. We've talked a little bit about journaling. We talked a little bit about coaching. Are there any books, podcasts that you listen to, YouTube videos? Like, is there anything out there from a resource perspective that you're dialed in on and you think is very helpful to share with the audience?
I mean, I can say the usuals. Ryan already knows what I'm going to say probably, but listen, I'll give you my top 3, 4, and then I'll tell you about a book that nobody's ever read, but I love it. I don't even think
I like that from a marketing perspective. I like that.
I don't even loop. Wait, number 3.
Everybody's on the edge of their seat.
Wait till you hear what number 4 is all about. So my books, not in any specific order, but I guess ish. Atomic Habits, James Clear. Really tough to argue with that book. Is a pretty strong, whatever. So Atomic Habits. Then we've got Jim Quick, Limitless. If you do own Jim Quick's book Limitless, he just actually released a updated version with some comments on AI and stuff like that, which is really good. So I just started reading that. So we got Jim Quick, and then we've got Hal Elrod, The Miracle Equation. The Miracle Morning is his routine, but The Miracle Equation is the book that I really love. And then, I guess I'll just go to The Outlier because there's 3 or 4 more I can mention. But The Outlier is written by a former professional poker player called Annie Duke. And Annie Duke wrote this book called, oh my God, I can't remember the title.
Thinking in Bets.
No.
Not that one?
Not that one, no. It's called, it's either called How to Make Decisions or, How to Make Decisions. And the term that I use often from that book, so correct me if I'm wrong if you're looking it up. I've read this book 6 times. I can't remember the title right now.
How to Decide?
How to Decide, that's it. It was close. How to Make Decisions, How to Decide, whatever. Anyway, so the main word in this book that really stuck with me, and I use this word a lot, and I sometimes use it with clients too, is resulting. The word resulting. A lot of people will decide whether they've made a good or bad decision based on the result. That is a horrible way to conduct yourself because you can never control the result. The only thing you can control, what do I have in front of me right now? And I can base my decision on what I have in front of me right now. Therefore, it's impossible to make a bad decision. So despite how it works out, if it works out in your favor, cool. But if it doesn't work out, it's still likely a good decision unless you missed something. Then that's a whole different scenario altogether, right? But if you're making a decision based on the information you have in front of you right now and you fully researched it, put it into context, and then the decision came from that, how can that be a bad decision? So I just became a lot more comfortable around certain losses that I might have taken or have taken. I'm like, okay, well, where did I make this decision from? If it was an ego thing, whatever, that was one road. But sometimes I made the right decision. It just didn't work out the way it was supposed to 99% of the time. So having a lot of reduced anxiety and comfort around the decision-making process. How do you know you've made the right decision? Well, what did you do to get there? And usually you've made the right decision, but because of something beyond your control, it may not have worked out. So resulting in that book, actually, surprisingly, I didn't expect to get anything from that book, but I loved it and I read it, and you should read it too. It's a good book.